Okay, I'm gonna try to do this in 5 minutes. I'm gonna set a timer. So here we go. Hello, all my jury members that are watching this. I just want to say how much I've appreciate playing with each and every one of you. Some of you I've played more with, and I've gotten to know each and every one of you as a person and as a game player, and I just respect each and one of you so much. And going into tonight, I feel like I have an uphill battle here, right? Because for me, I knew coming into this game how I was going to be perceived. People are just going to probably shoo me off or wave me off as someone that's not doing much because for me, everything I do is behind the scenes. And, coming into this game, I know the perception of me, I know I'm not good at challenges and I know I need to up my social game because I don't play these long games a lot, but I also know the last long game I played, I did not talk to many people because I'm an emotional player, Talking to people just leads me to getting to know them more, which leads me to have a hard time cutting people. So that's what I wanted to do in this game. So I made sure I knew, okay, I'm probably not going to be the best at challenges, but I need to up my social game. I know I'm a good social player. I play a lot of minis, and I know in those kind of quick situations I'm good at, but how do you maintain those social relationships to get you this far? So of course, Zafiro, it was safe throughout pre-merge, and then we go to the swap, and then we're basically safe. But in those situations, I think I socially put myself with people. Like I was working with Maddie and Rachel on the original Zafiro tribe, and then we got to be on the swap together, which helped me. And also people like Marcelo, who I know out of this game and I've played a few games with, and our chemistry is just like this. I knew I could use those social interaction to my benefit. I also knew I had to spread a lot of narratives about people, whether they were true or not. Like I would say that Maddie and Rachel were really close, and maybe they were, but those were the narratives I was spreading. So I always looked at the bottom of that duo, of our trio, and then of course when Marcelo came into the fold, there I knew that we would also be looked at the foursome. And I always had to put myself on the bottom of that. Was I really on the bottom of that? I don't know. I don't think I was in my perception. My perception as I was always going to be over Marcelo, but that's here nor there. But again, socially, I just made sure I talked to everyone and, made sure everyone felt safe with me. And when at the vote before merge really showed my placement in the game because I was the swing vote that could have swung and got Marcelo out. But of course, Izzy was spreading my name there. But it was good to see that I actually made them safe enough where they voted Marcelo and didn't even waver to be like, oh, maybe let's do Robyn, because I painted Marcelo out to be a bigger threat than I was. And of course, they didn't want to come for any of Maddie or Rachel to tell me their names because they thought we were a bigger trio than we probably were. We get into the merge, and this is where all hell breaks loose. I think my thing here was, especially when I was safe for the first round. Oh, I got a minute. I was safe for the first round. I made sure that although I was safe, I was still pushing people's names. I was still talking to people, gathering information, which I think helped me. I also pre-merge and the merge, I spread a lot of narratives about people being bigger threats than me, like a Sam D. I even threw one in there, because I knew when people were looking at people to target, I knew I was always going to be at the bottom of the list. And also, when getting rid of certain people at the bottom, like Sheed, John, Tim, those moves for me were to put myself in that position. So when we do get to like at the final, I've positioned myself where people see me as like a goat, or people see me not as a threat as much as I was or I am, that they would take me to the end. And that's how I got here. Nobody, I think there were inklings of taking a shot at me when we did the double tribal at final 11, but that never came into fruition. Brandon tried to take a shot at me at the final five, but missed because of my because of my social capability with like Maddie and Juan, they didn't want to waver off me. And I've had moments where I wavered off them, but they never wavered off me. And because of the social bonds that I made, they still, although, they were safe, they were still willing to go to rocks. And, Brandon going, although I did want Brandon at the end with me, it was like, bye, Brandon, like, don't take a shot and miss at me. And then, of course, at the final four, we voted out Marcelo because, just because of I knew I could get Juan and Maddie to vote Marcelo. Maddie has been telling me, has told me that he wanted to do Marcelo the round before, and I didn't think Maddie would even do that. But like, you know what? It helped. It helped break up that relationship with Maddie and Marcelo, and got me here to the final four. I have more to say and more to show in this game, and I hope that all jurors are in attendance and we get some really great questions because I'm here to answer everything. Coming into this final, I wasn't as confident because I'm like, are people just gonna reward people because they've won more challenges or because they were more upfront or more targeted? But I think I played a really good game that I was not targeted until at certain points. And even when people wanted to target me, they fucking missed. Unlike, let's say, like a Maddie who, you know, people might have targeted him if he did not win immunity. And yes, he had to win out in order to go to the end. And then he had idol and stuff. But I didn't have those perks of like winning challenges. And even when I did have a power, I had to use it and I didn't have my idol to help me. So besides the first round and the merge, I had no safety and I had to socially maneuver myself here. But I'm looking forward to hearing everybody's questions. I hope I've delivered somewhat of how my game has went this entire time. I know it's hard to I filmed this first and it went to 26 minutes. So it was a lot, so I had to cut it down to 5, which is very hard because I have a lot to say. But hopefully the questionings help you guide your votes towards me tonight. And I think I'm going to be a great representation um for iSurvivor 38. And I hope you guys give me the W. But until then, I will see you guys later. Mwah.